This is the Antonio Pierce of the New York Giants, the Super Bowl champions. You're watching Press Pass.
Hey, sports fans, this is Joey G for PressPassTV. Today I'm at the NHL store on 6th Avenue and 47th Street in New York City. And we're going to be meeting some of the great Islanders from their Stanley Cup years. But before we do, let's see what they have inside the store. Come on. With the great Mike Bossy, number 22 for the New York Islanders. Mike, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Are you have you been put on weight?
Actually, I've lost 20 pounds since I stopped playing hockey.
Wow, it looks like you could like lace them up right now. So I'm here with Brian Trotty, the great center for the New York Islanders. And Brian, what's been happening lately?
Well, I'd like more wins for the Islanders, obviously. We had a bit of a bad stretch there in January, but we kind of picked it up, and now we're on a roll again. Lost last two, but, you know, the guys are playing hard. They're playing scrappy.
Ken Morrow is a guy who played for the U.S. Olympic team. He played on the 4 Stanley Cup winners, a great defenseman. And I've been on the crusade to have Kenny's number retired on Long Island, so you guys get together and help me out with that. Okay, good. Great defenseman, Kenny Morrow.
I recognize you without the beard.
I know it. I say I always tried to look older when I had the beard. Now I'm trying to look younger, you know.
This fella here scored a pretty important goal for the Islanders, I think, over the years. I've had a number of important goals and played a very important role in the team in a lot of different areas, the physical end of the game, the two-way end of the game as well. Bob Nystrom.
Let me ask you, who was some of the, you know, I know as far as fighters and Bobby Probert, was he Bobby Probert your era?
He was after me just a little bit.
A little bit after it.
Thank God, because I didn't want to fight this guy.
And right now I'm with Gart Snow, GM of the New York Islanders. How are you, Gart?
It's Islanders. I like that jersey you're wearing today.
Yeah, I got a little cold, and yeah, it's a great jersey.
Islanders television and the Islanders broadcast, they've been counting down the top 25 moments during the Dynasty era. And that's been something that has been going on. They've done a great job. Josh Bernstein and his group there have done that with the help of Steve Mears, who's also involved, the radio play-by-play guys. We're going to go through some of those moments, and we're going to give it a look for you. You have the big screen over here to my left, and you can take a look. And we're going to start with moment number 1, which is, of course, I think you all will know what it is. The Islanders winning the first Stanley Cup.
With the Islanders up 3-2, no one wanted to go to Philly for a decisive 7th game. And at 7-11 of overtime, Mr. Islander made sure no one had to.
Right on the second, Tonelli. Coming in with Nystrom. Tonelli to Nystrom. He scores! Oh, Nystrom scores the goal. The Islanders win the Stanley Cup.
How often do you guys, you know, see each other? I mean, aside from like, you know, an occasion like this, but do you keep in touch with a lot of them, or charity events or reunions?
Definitely, you know, like for the local guys, it's very easy. But, you know, like the Clark Gillies or Jerry Hart and John Potvin and Gary Howard, who lives in New Jersey, we'd see these guys quite a bit. You know, we always had a lot of games when we first retired. We'd play a lot of charity games. But the guys that are out of the area, we didn't see them very often. You know, some guys went back to Sweden, some guys went back to Canada. So those guys we haven't seen except for the events on Long Island. So it's always nice to get together for an event like this.
Kenny, you had one of those charms life. I mean, you went from the Miracle on Ice, one of the. I said that the Giants winning the Super Bowl was almost as big as, you know, Team USA beating the Russians, but you went from that to winning 4 cups with the Islanders. I mean, did you win anything before you won the Olympics?
Well, a lot of people thought that I had won the NCAA, but that's no, I'd never done that. It would have been nice to have had the Triple Crown there.
Is there any future coaching in the sites?
Oh, you never say no to that stuff, Joe. Like, the really cool thing is I'm really enjoying where I'm at right now, working with the young kids. And, you know, you never know what the future is going to bring. I really don't have any, like, early aspirations in the near future, but I think long-term you just never know, because coaching's in the blood. You know, like I coached for a long time, assistant coach, and I got a little taste of it here with the Rangers. But I think long-term, I think I'm just going to, like, enjoy what I'm doing right now. It gives me a little opportunity to have some freedom with my family, and as things progress, we'll see what happens.
Who would you say that you know, both it reminds me of the style that you played when you were playing, and there's some great goal scorers and some hockey players that are in there today.
You know, I really like watching Ovechkin play. Not necessarily because we had the same style of play. He's much more flamboyant than I was as a player. But what I sort of attribute as similarities between the two of us are his determination to score goals and how much he loves to score goals.
Moment number 2, back-to-back. The Islanders would face off against the surprising Minnesota North Stars in the finals. Led by a Conn Smythe performance from Butch Goring, the Islanders would win in 5 games to wrap up a 15-3 postseason and bring home their second consecutive Stanley Cup.
What coaches really influenced you, or styles that you really said, you know, incorporated into your own coaching style growing up, or, you know, playing for?
Well, Joe, you kind of grab a little bit from everybody, and I think when you look at Scotty Bowman and Bob Johnson and Al Arbour, they're probably the 3 biggest influences because those are the guys I played for in the National Hockey League.
I'm in Kansas City right now, so yeah, right in the middle of the country, and we're trying to get an NHL team there now.
Wow, well, they had one. They had the Kansas City Scouts there at one time, right?
They had the Scouts there in the mid-'70s, but they were only there for 2 years. And I moved there in 1990. I was doing a little bit of coaching after I'd finished playing, and never thought I'd stay there that long. But it's been a good place to live.
Involved in any hockey capacity right now? Doing?
I work for the Islanders right now. I'm executive director of the Islander Business Club, which encompasses our sponsors, our corporate sponsors, our suite holders, and our Islander Business Club members. So I've been with the organization for about 1.5 years now.
Well, that's great, Michael. I wish you continued luck in whatever you do.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. You know, growing up, I remember the interview with Bill Chadwick had with Jerry Hart. And Bill Chadwick asked him, how far is Moose Jaw? And he said 6 feet from...
the moose's butt.
And
That's true. Clark Gillies was from Moose Jaw, and he uses that all the time. You know, how far is the Moose Jaw from the, you know what?
Yeah, Moose's ass. And Roger Gilbert told me that, and I just wanted to verify it.
Oh, yeah, it's about 6 feet.
Do you know what these stripes stand for on the shirt?
I think it's something to do with how many fish you caught or something. It's a, what does it stand for?
It's for one of each of the Stanley Cups that these gentlemen up there on the stage have won, and it's a tribute to our past and our alumni who were part of those Stanley Cup champion teams.
You know, I did not know that, and hopefully you can add one another stripe in the near future.
See, Nelly, you're an Islander fan, and you're getting smarter and smarter by the day.
All right, Cart, it's been a pleasure, and I can tell you're a New England guy because you know how to really break them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So there you have it. This is Joey G at PressPassTV. Hope you enjoyed meeting some of the former Stanley Cup Islanders, and look forward to some more videos at PressPassTV. Until then, hit the bricks.